Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we'll do a little disassembly on this little guy. This is the Bestech Knives WarWolf. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start off by popping out the screws. That's basically how it... Oh, you bastard. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. Right now, if I want to remove this body screw, it is currently underneath the clip here, so I would actually need to remove the clip in order to take it apart from that side. So what I'm going to do instead is do sort of a flip-flop disassembly, where I'm going to take out the scale screws on the back side here, and then I'll take out the pivot on the front. And that's T8. All right, so those were two T6s. Now we're going to do a T8. And there we go. Are you Loctited shut? I bet you're Loctited shut. All right. T8. Got me a T8. Are you a T8? You're a T8. All right. And let's get a little bit of extra beef here. There we go. All right, we are popped loose. So it was just a little bit of some kind of thread locker, or maybe it was just excessive torque. I don't know. But either way, this was one of those rare cases in which just a little bit more in the way of torque was able to pop things loose. Oh, yeah, you can see here it's not a permanent thread locker. It's just too damn much of it. That's fine. I can live with that. Holy cow, look at that. Somebody just freaking slathered it in that. Whoa, okay. So immediately, I just pulled the pivot out that way. Not necessarily a great idea, but it did the trick. You can see that these are very heavily skeletonized liners, which is not a bad thing. A little bit on the dirty side, not too bad. Ceramic bearings, ceramic detent ball. Okay, so we're in decent territory. Okay, now look at this. This right here, this little phosphor bronze washer there is entirely a spacer. Wait a second, hold on. Oh no, they're full liners. So this spacer here is just giving them a little bit, basically it's making it so that the pivot can be a little bit longer and still be okay. It's a little hack, let's be real here, but it does the trick, and problem solved, case closed. So there we are. Let's go ahead and pull this down this way and start cleaning off. I'm using rubbing alcohol here, just 91% isopropyl to clean everything off. But that said, you know, you're welcome to use whatever you see fit. I have a full video, by the way, of all of my knife disassembly tools. Just search Nick Shabazz knife disassembly tools. You'll see everything there, and there you go. It has links and everything. Now, okay, take a look at this right here. Right freaking here. Some bit of schmutz or another on there that's probably not helping the action any. Anytime that you have gunk, heavy buildup, it's going to slow the knife down a little bit. And so cleaning that off, as silly as it sounds, just a little detail like that, but sometimes cleaning off just a little bit of something like that can actually make a major, major impact on the functioning of a knife. And this is part of the reason, and I know I've made this rant before, but I'm going to make it again real quick. This is part of the reason why disassembling and maintaining a knife that you own, even relatively new from the factory, can often help. If you've got the expertise, if you've got the ability, it can make things, because you are going to put in a little bit more care as you disassemble and maintain the piece than the person at the factory had the time to. This is the case even at a very good factory, where people really do give a damn. You have the luxury of spending 15 to 20 minutes cleaning the inside of your knife. They do not. That's just a simple fact of life. And so, yeah, just those little details there can mean the difference between a good action, and I would argue that this has a pretty good action, and something that is truly over-the-top incredible great. And so, yeah, that's part of the reason I'm up in here. Of course, I want to thank my buddies Frankie and Bird from Birdshot IV channel for sending this little guy along for me to take apart and take a look at. They always authorize me to do the disassemblies. In fact, they joke that they prefer it because that way the knives come back to them running beautifully. And it works well for me, too. So there you go. I'm just trying to clean out some of this thread locker gunk. This is a weird thread locker. But whatever. Then finally, I'm going to want to clean off these bearings here, because chances are they've got some gunk up all in there, and I'd like to make it so that they do not have gunk all up in there. Let's see here. Actually, not too much sign of gunk all up in there. good. Here's that. Clean you off here. And then everything else looks to be all set, good to go here. No freaking problems. All right. There we go. Just wipe things off, I guess. Make sure everything's clean. Well, I've got this alcohol swab here. Well, not alcohol swab. There we go. Oh, I've been zoomed in super far. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully you still saw some of that. That's the trick with these, is making sure that you're showing things off. So look, Bestech Knives is a company that I'm, you know, at some level they are yet another Chinese micro brand. And I have hashtag bias against that kind of thing. I'm going to be honest with you here. Because, you know, as much as I like, you know, having this many brands out there in the world, it gives us lots of great options in the knife world. It is also a little bit frustrating when you get all of these different things showing up with a brand new one every freaking day. Because then it starts to feel like, you know, okay, guys, seriously. Brand needs to mean something. But look, Bestech is a company that a lot of people are taking notice of. They're doing very interesting work. I reviewed one of their pieces, the scimitar, that hasn't super impressed me. But this one, so far at least, seems to have a lot going for it. And so I am looking forward to the really handling this guy after I've gotten a chance to clean everything off. One thing I'm going to highlight real quick here is that there is a D shape to this pivot here, and it has a flat portion. It is facing down in this direction. It is facing towards the finger choil, like so. And so I just want to make sure that as I'm reassembling everything, and I'm just using a bit of 10-weight nano oil here, as I'm reassembling everything, I want to make sure that that D shape stays facing that direction. Pardon me, so that I can very easily and readily put this back together afterwards. Okay, let's go ahead and this goes on here. Hashtag over lubrication. Put some on the detent ball path, a little bit here. That way we can drop everything into place. Here's that. Beautiful. Drop a bearing into here. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And that way it spreads onto the bearing. Sorry about the heat coming on, but alas, pure freaking Michigan. It's cold. Alrighty. Yeah, okay. And those are shouldered standoffs, which are going to make my life easier here. All I need to do now is get this pivot in proper positioning, so that it will pop the rest of the way through. And that's somehow not being super trivial right now. Could be. There we go. I just needed to lift up on the liner lock, and that was what required it to, you know, to reduce some of the torque to get everything into position. My standoffs are now in proper positioning, which is good. Since I'm kind of flip-flopped here and I've already got the T6 driver, I'm going to use, kind of hold down on this guy. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of a blue thread locker. Oh, wait. Apply a little bit of a blue thread locker to these screws. That way they are going to stay in position, at least for the moment, until I turn them again. And drop those into place here. If nothing else, so that the damn G10 scale doesn't keep rotating. That's been a little bit tricky to grab onto. Alrighty, and here we go. Cover that. Got that. Beautiful. And now, with this guy closed, I'm going to put the pivot into position. Oh, I should probably clean off the pivot. Get the 15 gallons of thread locker they poured into the center of this thing out. Just kind of turning the pivot inside this. Yeah, cleaned it up a little. All right. Now we'll put some blue thread locker on there. Not 15 gallons worth. I don't think they use gallons over there. 15 liters, kiloliters. I really don't have a good sense of metric. Whoa, okay. That's better. Wow. Yeah, that's a, that's pretty damn smooth right there. All right. Yeah. Boy, howdy. Let's go on ahead and loosen this a little bit, see if we win anything. Still no blade play. Okay. Loosen further. Still no blade play. Holy crap. Well then. And we are perfectly centered. Oh, okay. Too far. Little blade play then. A little further. There we go. Still, holy crap, that action. Whoop, slipped off the tab. Maybe it needs some texturing. Maybe you'll hear about that in the review. It's tough to say. But anyways, there you go. This action is now really, really freaking good. That's awesome. I'm thrilled to have that happen. I hope this has been interesting to you, that this was worth your time. Ooh, yeah, that didn't even make sense. And that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.